Hello, it's Sean Willingham, the Medicare man, home of Highway 65, the road to Medicare. Today's topic, very popular, how to enroll in Medicare Parts A and or B online. Now, point of clarification, this is not going to answer your specific question of should you enroll in Medicare Parts A and B. This is simply how to get it done. To talk to a licensed insurance agent about whether or not you should sign up for Medicare Parts A and B, just look us up, themedicareman.com or highway65insurance.com. We'll be happy to discuss that with you. But assuming that you do need to get signed up for Medicare Parts A or B and you know which ones you need to get signed up for, this video is going to be very helpful to just give you the how to do it explanation. So I'm going to go ahead and get started by sharing my screen. Perfect. Now, probably the most difficult thing that you might encounter when signing up for Medicare Parts A and B is getting logged in, actually. So, word of advice, if you don't already have a username a username and password on the login.gov system, the first thing you'll want to do is go to login.gov, click on this here to create an account and get signed up with login.gov because you are going to need to use that account to get signed up for Medicare Parts A and or B. But once you've got this account set up, what you're going to do is you're going to go to ssa.gov, okay? Right here under apply, there's sign up for Medicare. Scroll down. Sign up for Medicare is the top one. That's the one we're going to be doing today. If you're already signed up for Medicare Part A and you've delayed your enrollment into Medicare Part B, that's a different video, different topic, but that's this second application, sign up for Part B only. That is a separate topic, separate video. Today, we're just doing the sign up for Medicare. That's for people that aren't signed up for any parts of Medicare, A or B. So you click right here, apply online. Of course, you have to read every word of this and agree to it, then hit next, and then start a new application. It's going to ask you who's applying. The majority of people are going to say, I'm applying for myself. And then it's going to ask you, do you have a My Social Security account? What it's talking about there is that login.gov system. And actually, there's three credentials that can be used for signing up for Medicare. There's the login.gov, which is most popular. There's also id.me. And then if you have an account created before 2021, then you can use the old Social Security username and login. But the majority of people are going to use the sign in with login.gov and go ahead and get yourself signed in there. Now, we're not going to be doing an actual application today. So what I've got is I've got some screenshots because after you go to ssa.gov and click to log in and get logged in, then it's going to take you straight to the application itself, which looks like this. And what I've done is I've got some good old screenshots to walk you through it. The first page is self-explanatory. It's information about you. A lot of this is going to pre-populate because it's going to pull the information from your login.gov account, but you're just going to make sure that it's correct. First, middle, last. Make sure that you have a suffix if you're a junior, the third, anything like that. Verify the social security number, date of birth, male, female are all correct. Then it asks you if you are blind or have low vision, even with glasses or contacts. If you're doing the application online, then obviously you can see the screen. So you would answer that no. And then the next question, during the last 14 months, have you been unable to work because of illness, injury, etc.? The answer to that should be no. If the answer is yes, what that does, that actually triggers a disability application. And again, that would be a different topic. So anybody that would be answering yes to this will need to reach out to a licensed insurance agent for more specific detail. But for the purpose of this video today, we're going to assume that the answer to that question is indeed no. All right. Next page. Again, More self-explanatory information. You got your address. Do you live at this address? Your phone number. What type of phone is it? If they need to call you, what time do you want them to call you? 9 to noon, noon to 5, or anytime 9 to 5. And then you're going to put your email information, email address, and confirm your email address down at the bottom. You do need to provide your birth and citizenship information. If you're born in the US, you put the city, town, and the state and territory. If you're born outside the US, you put that information in there. Uh, Word of advice, if you're born outside the US, then you can anticipate a delayed processing time. But again, for most people, this would just be city, town, and state in which you were born. Then it's going to ask you if you're a US citizen, and you're going to answer that. Most of the people in this video, you simply answer that yes. And then it asks you what type of citizenship, and that's going to be, for the most part, US citizen born inside the US. Do you wish to apply for Medicare only, but not for monthly retirement cash benefits? The answer to that's going to be yes, because saying you want Medicare only means that you don't want the Social Security yet. If you answer no to that, then that's actually going to trigger Social Security application. So this video today is for people that want to apply for Medicare A and or B only, meaning that they don't want to sign up for Social Security checks yet. And so you would answer yes to this question for Medicare only. Are you currently enrolled in a med in are you currently enrolled in Medicare under a Social Security number other than your own? Again, vast majority is going to be no on that one there. You get a re-entry number. It says you must print this page. If you're like me, you're at home, you hit print, the printer either doesn't have paper, it's not connected, it's got to update, something like that. I'll tell you what you need on this page is a re-entry number, because a re-entry number would be used if you need to pause the application, come back, and resume it. So you can print this page or just pull out your phone and take a picture of the re-entry number or write the re-entry number down. Down at the bottom, it says that you have 6 months. Then they're using the original date here. This screenshot was taken August of 22. So it says you have until February of 23. So it's a 6 month period to get that online application submitted. I don't know why it would take 6 months. Usually it takes about 6 minutes. Do you want to enroll in Medicare Part B? Now, here is a key question, because some people are going to answer yes, some people are going to answer no. To know specifically if you should answer yes or no to the Medicare Part B question depends upon your current coverage and where it comes from and whether or not you're actively employed, okay, and what the size of that employer is. So again, if you need to answer the question, should you enroll in Medicare Part B, then you'll need to talk directly to a licensed insurance agent. But assuming that you know the answer to this question, you're just going to answer that yes or no. If you answer yes, that will enroll you in Medicare Part A, Alpha, and B, Bravo. If you answer no, then it's going to enroll you in only Medicare Part A. Okay. It's almost never only Part B. Okay. The A is assumed. So it's either A only or A and B, depending upon how you answer this question. Next question. Are you receiving Medicaid? That is state health insurance for people with a limited income. And so for most people on this, watching this video, you're going to be answering that question no to state health insurance from a Medicaid program. Group health plan. Okay. Are you covered under a group health plan? So a group health plan is from your employment that you can only get if you work for a specific employer. Okay. And so what it's asking here is, do you have health insurance from either your current employment or a family member's current employment? Okay. So you're going to answer yes if you have a group health plan, and then the next question asks if it's through your own current employment. So in this circumstance, the screenshot we have would be for a person that has a group health plan from their own employment. So they answered yes to both questions. But let's say that you were covered under group health plan through a spouse's employment. Well, then you would answer yes to the group health plan, and then you would answer no to through your own current employment. Okay. Now, employment information. Okay, it's asking when the employment started. Okay, and you put your start date and your end date. If your employment has not ended, well, then there's a little box that you check that says employment has not ended because you do not have an end date to put in. Okay. The next section of questions is going to be information about the health insurance from that employment. It's going to ask for the start and end date of health insurance from your employment. So now a key thing to note here is that when it's asking when the health insurance started, it's not asking for the most recent renewal. So you might have worked for a company for 10 years. And during that 10 years, you might have switched insurance companies 3 or 4 or 5 times. Okay. This question here is asking when the health insurance through that employer first started, even if you've changed insurance companies many times since. Okay. So that's going to be when the coverage from that employer first started. And again, then you put in the end date. If you don't have an end date, then you have a little box there that you mark that says that the coverage has not ended. That brings you to the remarks section. For most people, you're going to leave the remarks section blank because there's nothing really to remark. Some people may put something in the remarks section if maybe they have a special circumstance that they want to notify the federal employee of their special circumstance. So let's say like you're born out of the country, okay, and you need to get your hands on a birth certificate or something. Well, then just put that in there. Say I was born in Istanbul and I need to get my birth certificate, whatever it is, just put it on in there. And then an actual human being will read that to know what it is that's going on. And if they need to reach out to you, then they'll be able to reach out to you. But again, for most people, the remarks section is just left blank. Then that brings you to a page where you can review all the information. So make sure that the name, the social security number, the date of birth, gender, all that information is correct, your contact information, make sure that it is accurate. It's going to ask you to verify that the answer to whether or not you want to enroll in Medicare Part B, whether or not you have Medicaid, all the information on the group health plan, and what remarks you put in there, if any. And then finally, you're going to need to agree to the electronic signature above, read every word of the electronic signature agreement, and then click Submit Now. At the end, you get this page verifying that you have indeed applied for Medicare online. And it has in the top right over here a little button that you can click on that says print this page. When you click on that, it's actually going to do exactly that. It's going to print this exact page that it says apply for benefits. Thank you for applying online. And it's got your reentry number on that. If you want a copy of all the information that you put on the application, then this little spot right here that says view and print your receipt. When you click on that, okay, it's actually going to give you all the data that you put into the application, so you can have an actual copy of that. So we got screenshots here. So this right here is if you click on the print this page up in the top right, then you just get that page with your confirmation number. If you click on the spot that says view and print your receipt, then it gives you all the details. And I do recommend that you hold on to that. You can either print it or save it as a PDF so that if there's any question about what you put on the application or when you submitted it, then you can have proof of that submission. Well, that takes care of the how to apply online for Medicare Parts A or B. Remember, there are indeed 3 ways to apply for Medicare Parts A and B. We went over the most popular and easiest way, and that's online. If you want to punish yourself, you can either call the Social Security Department to enroll over the phone, or if you really want to punish yourself, you can mosey on into a Social Security office. But the vast majority of people don't choose to do that for obvious reasons. So that does it today. If you have any questions, you can always visit us at themedicareman.com or highway65insurance.com. Because remember, Highway 65 is the road to Medicare. Have a wonderful day.